Hello, everybody. Man, I love this song. How's everyone doing? I personally am very, very excited. Of course, maintenance isn't done yet, unfortunately, but I am here, and as soon as maintenance is done, we will get into it. For now, though, we are just sort of, in the waiting pattern. Alright. God, I'm so curious to see how this is gonna go story-wise. I am incredibly excited to meet Varka, for Arlecchino to come back, more Columbina stuff. Pretty much everything I'm excited for, story-wise. Yep, late night stream. Very odd to be starting this late. It definitely threw me off a little bit to not be streaming at the usual time. But that won't stop me. No, it will not. I'm hoping that we'll be able to finish Act 3, as I said in the announcement. But given the late start time, depending on how much longer maintenance takes as well, we'll see. I'll do my best, but we'll see. Oh yeah, no, I certainly am hopeful for that. I'm willing to go late if I need to, but realistically, don't want to push it too hard if I don't have to. Realistically, though, I mean, how long was the first stream of Nod-Krai? I'm curious to check. Okay, well, obviously, accounting for some extra time, due to just, first time in Nod-Krai, a little bit of exploration stuff. It was a good, 6 hours for the first stream, and then 4 for the second, which was a bit more honed in, because it was just the, story itself. So if Act 3 is around that 4 to 6 hour range, for, what our stream ends up being, that's doable. I can manage that realistically. That, I would very much love that. I find it unlikely, though. I feel like that's much more likely to be next version or post's main story. I very much, given how much has been sort of hinted at and the amount of stuff that can happen in Nod-Krai, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we have the rarer, arc, which is Acts 1 through 5, and then from the end of that story to whenever we jump away from Nod-Krai for, an expansion to another region or something, we have some kind of interlude arc related to Dotori and Scaramouche and stuff like that. Who knows, though? We know that Albedo is going to be showing up in this version, at least vaguely, because of the, because I believe they were in the trailer with Durin. But who knows? We shall see. I'm very excited to see more of Durin, though. I will absolutely say that. And, I mean, if Durin comes out soon, which, based on leaks, if you don't look at those, I haven't looked at them too much, but they appear in front of me sometimes. I'm eager. But yeah. There's a lot of long-awaited characters here that I am eager to get my hands on. And at the very least see what their vibe is gonna be. All I've seen of Luna 3 stuff is, leaks about what characters are, releasing in Luna 3. I've managed to avoid pretty much everything else. I just know who the, 2 characters that are going to be releasing are. Otherwise, yeah, nothing else. I haven't even looked at, like, the animations or the kit details. I just know who is, coming. Yeah, no, I would very much agree that, especially with leaks, spoiler tagging is so incredibly important, and also, potentially even bigger than that to some extent. After spoiler tagging something, have, like, in the title or something, what its context is. Like, don't say what it is, but context of, like, Luna 3 spoilers or something like that, so that I know what the spoilers are about, so I can choose what I do and don't want to look at. But, you know, that is not a problem that's going to be solved by me complaining about it here. I didn't even realize we had too much information on Luna 3 yet, other than the characters. But if we did, I'm glad I've missed them. God, this longer maintenance is hurting me. It took me a while, because I've just been sort of busy and life's been weird, as I've mentioned before, but the last few days, I really have sort of locked into Nod-Krai and been absolutely loving it, so I am so eager to get into this. Okay, yeah. I assume the beta was starting soon. I assume that's why we were getting all the, like, info of what characters are coming out. I just don't know how much we actually have learned. But yeah, like... Alright. I've started putting together just, like, a random playlist of some background Nod-Krai music, because, you know, easier than just putting on an entire, like, album and the vibe being not quite perfect all the time. But evidently I've not put enough music in for, waiting for maintenance, so I'm just gonna put on the entire fucking Nod-Krai soundtrack in the background. Alright. And let me know if it's, like, too loud, if you can't hear me over the music. I think it should be fine, but, you know. Alright. Yeah, I would love that. Honestly, I would love if... I wouldn't be surprised if, when we return to Sumeru and see Kale again, they bring up her, like, relationship and history with Dottore. Just to sort of, like, remind the people who have read the manga and, you know, actually reveal it to the people who haven't. And maybe also confirm what is canon and isn't about that whole circumstance, given the sort of vagueness of canonicity of the manga at this point. And then, once we've dealt with the rarer stuff, or as that's being dealt with, Dottore begins to become relevant, Kale is able to show up. I wouldn't be surprised by that if he shows up either next version or the version after. I feel like it would be best, though, if he shows up, it'd be either this version and then is around, or after we've dealt with the rarer stuff. Because I feel like if the rarer storyline goes to Act 5 of the story, and that's meant to be the climax of this current arc, and Dottore shows up in the midst of that climax, it either has to be for really good reason, story-wise and narrative-wise, or I feel like he'd honestly just sort of bloat the story and complicate things for the narrative of Rarer's, like, appearance and stuff. So, you know, realistically, it could happen. We'll see. I feel like Dottore is big enough of an antagonist, though, and character, and personality at that he really deserves his time in the spotlight, so I wouldn't want him to be sidelined or to sideline Rarer. So unless they can get that balance down, he really would have to show up right around now or after. But, I don't know, that's just my thoughts. I'm also realizing, I feel like my camera's a little high. Just like the slightest of tweaks. Alright. It's fine. Yeah, no, that's fair. They could go sort of that route. I think it's just tricky when Rarer is the first sinner we're actually facing, so innately he is sort of enough of a threat of him as himself. Words are already escaping me. And Dottore is sort of like the antagonist of the Fatui for us, and so I don't know. Actually, I think that's the big thing. It would be interesting to see, but I don't know how Dottore fits into the story when we are working with the Fatui, like, actively. Because even if it is tentative, we are effectively going to be in this version, directly or indirectly, working with two Harbingers and one former Harbinger in the form of Columbina. Which, I don't know how Dottore would fit into that. It might be a little bit too many cooks in the kitchen, and also, like I said, though it might be interesting to see, I don't know if it would be a good idea to have Dottore be a character who is temporarily on our side. I feel like he's better continuing to be consistently in the antagonist role. I am so curious what they're going to do with Dainsleif in Nod-Krai. I feel like it is very possible for him to appear, especially because we're getting into the Sinners now. I don't know if they will yet. I think it's possible that he either gets hinted towards or makes his appearance late into Act 4. But given that we're introducing Varka fully, more properly introducing Durin in their current state, reintroducing Arlecchino, and continuing to learn more about the characters we've met in Nod-Krai, presumably with a focus on Nefer and Columbina. Realistically, plenty of Sandrone stuff's mixed in there. I feel like he could have a role in the climax, so like late in Act 4 or in Act 5. But I think Act 3, at the very least, is better left sort of establishing our current cast before we add another massive player. I think that's where I'm at. We need to solidify how things are currently, who we're with, what their deals are, and then we can have more heavy hitters come in. I think that's sort of generally my thought, whether it's Dottore, whether it's Dainsleif. I think if Dainsleif is involved in this version outside of like late into Act 4, maybe, like I was saying, it would probably be a flashback or some jump, like, cut away from us to reveal something he's up to, or it might be a bit like Varka's quote-unquote appearance at the end of Act 2, where we don't even really properly see him. He just makes a vocal appearance and implies his presence for the next act. I can very much see that. Yeah, in the case of the Harbingers, though, I would love for more Harbinger content, whether it's Dottore, whether it's former Harbingers like Scaramouche. I desperately want more of them. as I've been saying, I think they would be better spent happening just a little bit later. I'm very curious to see what Albedo's role in this part of the story is going to be. We also have to meet Alice at some point. I have no clue when she's going to make an appearance. Honestly, yeah, that's a big wild card for us. Given that Durin and Albedo are appearing, we likely will hear something about her presence, because she will be in Nod-Krai at this point. But I don't know what her role is going to be. Realistically, if she shows up in the flesh during Act 3 or 4, probably she'll help us out. I just don't know if she will. Yeah, I saw that Candace was replaced. Good that we have Yuri still for Dainsleif. I'm happy about that. And cool to have just generally most people back. We really are sort of in the final phases of seeing who's staying, who's kicked out, or whatever. And the fact that it's mostly people are back rather than new, I'm happy about, I appreciate. I can manage with, like, the recastings. I can, like, handle it, assuming that the recasting is good. But unless there is an actual reason to recast a person, I typically would rather the old voice actors have the role. God, yeah. No, that does bring an interesting question, which is if Dainsleif does show up in either Act 3, 4, or 5, or hypothetically in Act 6 or 7 if the story is longer, will we have the usual Dainsleif quest? Will we have a usual big lore interlude moment in the same way that we have in the past? Or will, because we're getting into stuff like Rare Columbina with all the Moon Maiden stuff, more Harbingers all at once, Alice and Varka appearing, that kind of thing, Nicole eventually appearing, it is, I feel like, entirely possible, especially because they said that they're sort of trying out different ways of doing story stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they basically are just taking the sheer volume of lore that would be dumped once a year and more just sort of distributing it out into the greater patch cycle. But I don't know. Is it really still muted? Oh, that sucks. I'm not one to really go back and watch cutscenes too often, but I would love some of those to be voice acted. And I very much agree, it is a huge turning point in the story. Yeah, no, the moment that Alice, Nicole, anyone else from the Hexen Circle shows up proper in the flesh, we need to pin them down and get some lore. Like, the moment that Alice or Nicole come out and we have voice lines for them and stuff, I have a feeling there's going to be some serious lore bombs. Presumably the same for Columbina, just given her entire role, though we are already just naturally learning a lot about her through, you know, all of these little interactions we're getting. But, yeah, there's a lot to look forward to here, though. I could see that. Waiting until they have new Mondstadt content to cover, so they can just do it all at the same time or like in the same chunk of time. I could see that making sense. Bit of a bummer, though, for the people who are waiting. Because I know some people do wait for once there's voice acting, so they must be hurting on that front. God, unfortunately, it seems that maintenance is on the longer end this time. Well, one thing I suppose we could do is what I did once or twice before, where we sort of go back over the brain. We go back over the version trailer. Because I have not actually really watched the version trailer since the special program came out. Alright. Okay. And of course, if maintenance ends while we're doing this, let me know. Oh, okay, there we go. Don't know how the sound is going to be, but we got subtitles.
From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily slipping away in my spring.
That, I'm so intrigued by and worried by. Yeah, I'm so eager for more moon lore.
I want you to kill him.
This,
You would never suspect.
I'm so assuming that bit is supposed to be like some story quest or something. Well, like world quest.
Just now, I believe I saw something new.
God, Rarer. I'm so excited for the fucking Rarer fight.
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
This is a threat that the Knights of Favonius
God,
cannot
he
ignore.
looks so
Their only
good.
chance lies in uniting as one, and I'm talking all the factions in Nod-Krai.
I'm so
So
happy
you're
with how
placing all your
Marka
hopes
looks.
on me, huh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while.
I've been loving
Don't
all of the
work for free.
comparisons to other male character models.
Let the simulation
It's so
begin.
fun. I really like Nefer's fighting style. I wasn't expecting her to be such an agile, like, dexterous character with these, like, copies and stuff, but I love that she is all, like, kick-based.
Sethos and a few members of the Temple of Silence rescued Layla, who was out in the desert trapped in a state of delirium.
I'm also curious if they sort of deposit some of Nefer's story-like content in this Sumeru event, and give her still a focus in Act 3, but not as much as
It's dangerous being too sharp for
Loma
one's own
or
good, you know.
Flynn's got in their respective
Just
acts.
you watch.
I could see that.
It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
As far as I know, the maintenance isn't
Come
done
on,
yet.
Mr.
We're just
Welkin.
watching the
Let's
version
pick up where we
trailer
left off.
again in the
Within
meantime.
next 24 hours, we will face the biggest
If it is, though, let me
crisis
know.
the world has ever seen. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
He betrayed me. Some friendship, that is.
I've missed this.
Yeah, no, I'm appreciating so much how much they've been further customizing the models and stuff.
Rest until everyone down
It-
here is dead.
It's so nice.
Fragile crown was shattered by lies in the end.
Your little game of heroics is over.
She can never achieve wholeness
Ugh,
when the
I'm so
world
curious
does
to see
not
the context
accept
of
her
this.
presence.
Get Kutan out of here!
The fact that basically everyone is going crazy is so exciting.
So you have plenty of time to make your escape.
I have a feeling these are going to be some crazy-ass quest line, like, cutscenes. favorite character from Nod-Krai so far. I mean, in one sense, Yehoda is a standout. She is such a fun character. But if I were to say which one I actually, like, really think is my favorite, I am a big fan of Flynn's. I really enjoy Flynn's and his general vibe. And as well as just, like, all of the stuff connected to him. The little, like, quest connected to unlocking the, like, exploration stuff related to his area was easily my favorite of the three. I really enjoy all the stuff with the, like, Ratniki that have long since passed and stuff. A lot of that is really solid, and inevitably Flynn's is tied to that. I also love that he's a Fae, and therefore is just, like, a little bit off, a little bit weird. I really enjoy just that in general. Yeah, no, I think of actual, like, characters we've spent time with at all, it probably would be either Flynn's or Yehoda for very different reasons. I mean, I always welcome optimizations and improvements to the game. There's plenty of stuff in Star Rail and Zenless that are, like, quality of life features that aren't in Genshin that I would love to get added at some point. But also the same, just the other way around. In general, I don't have necessarily anything too specific on the optimization side that, like, I'm desperate for. I'm just generally happy when they happen. But, yeah, other than that, like, anniversary stuff, I have never been one to be upset at anniversary rewards, regardless of what they are. You know, I just don't invest that much energy in getting upset about whether or not rewards are good enough for what they give us on anniversaries or whatever. But I feel like, generally speaking, it has been getting better, which I appreciate. Ino is actually a very solid character as well. So is Nefa, honestly. Though, yeah, Nefa is a really solid character as well that I appreciate a lot. But because we met her before Nod-Krai in Natlin and she has ties there, I sometimes forget about her, like, when talking about Nod-Krai characters. I am very curious where things are going to settle at the end of Act 4 with the battle against Rare, because everything is pointing to we are legitimately fighting him, full on, just, like, actually having a battle, going all out, putting all our cards on the table. But it does feel early to beat him. It feels weird to do it before the climax. Yo, it looks like maybe... Yeah, okay, it looks like maintenance is done. Hell yeah. Hello there, good to see ya. That makes sense. Yehoda being a former treasure hoarder makes so much sense. Anyways, I'm getting into the game now. Never mind, it says server maintenance is still ongoing. It just took longer to get to it. Weird. Yeah, no, maintenance is still going. It just let me get a little further on the screen. You're in? Okay, I'm gonna keep pinging it until it works. Oh, What's my favorite? What's my favorite between the three games? That is such a hard question, because I love them all for very mixed reasons. Genshin innately holds a very special place in my heart because it was the first one that I played. Well, slight caveat to that, I technically did play Honkai Impact 3rd a tiny bit a few years before Genshin came out, but I wasn't even processing that those two games were connected until I was deep into Genshin, and I never played Impact 3rd long at that time until I came back to it. So Genshin holds a very special place in my heart, especially because I've just been playing it for 5 years and I'm still excited about it. But anyways, I am actually now in at this point, so I'm going to shift over to that. But what I would say, Nod-Krai, story-wise, has the potential to be, like, my next, like, favorite story arc. Anyways, hopefully this doesn't jump me all the way into, yeah, no, I'm not doing that yet, just wanted to get rid of that. Like, it has the potential, Nod-Krai has the potential to be one of my favorite, like, story arcs throughout the games, if it goes well. But I'd say of the current arcs that, like, have had enough time to go to, like, form my opinions on them, I would say that Amphorius is my favorite right now. What Amphorius has been doing is fucking amazing. Anyways, will that not... Okay, good. No notification. So I'd say if Star Rail can keep up the, like, pace and quality it is at currently, if not improving, story-wise, Star Rail is up there for me. But I think gameplay-wise, Zenless is my favorite for, like, core combat and stuff. But when you, like, are getting into the exploration in Genshin, there's not a lot quite like it between the games. It's sort of hard to beat, just the pure vibes. So, I don't know. Ultimately, I'd have to say probably it's Genshin, just for a variety of reasons, but there are aspects of the other games I like more than Genshin. Yes, no, very much it took a while because of the storming of the gates.
This land holds nothing but promise for
Alright, the last exclamation marks to get rid of. Ah, yes, I forgot. I'm not going to be able to get rid of those because for some reason, when I'm streaming or recording, I just cannot access notices. I don't get it. Anyways, notifications are all gone. In which case, let's get started. Do not look at all of my uncompleted quests. Don't worry about it. Alright. Yeah, now we can get into the actual story. 36 minutes into the stream after maintenance has finally ended. Yeah, no. It's so hard to pick a favorite. I think when Zenless came out, I could confidently say that it was an instant favorite of mine. But once things have now balanced out a little bit, as I said, I think Genshin overarching is my favorite.
Bye to the others in Nasha Town.
Let me make sure settings are all good.
Paimon coming in!
That should be about right.
Still no news about Rarer, though. Where could he have slunk off to?
That is a good question.
If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
I'm very curious how Varka's interaction ended.
You must be the traveler in Paimon?
Yes.
Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry.
Okay.
He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan.
Fair.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there right away. Come on, let's go.
All right. I also couldn't help but notice that they called us the Traveler in the subtitles as well for that. That might just be a one-off, but I don't know. All right. Realistically, it's probably just easier to walk.
Merciless.
God. I desperately need to explore more of Nod-Krai. I've done a good amount, I just have gone far... I'm far from, like, fully exploring it. Anyways, I just realized I have no gadget equipped because I had the, event camera equipped, and it's gone now. There we go. Oh. Huh. I think that's for a different quest. Yeah, it probably is just because they are a stranger, but just an interesting thing I noticed. Anyways, the gang's all already here. Okay. For the most part, Nephros
I
is
can
here.
barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
There's already one trailer
Looks like
line
his
off the
appetite
list.
truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
Fair.
He's not seriously still getting stronger.
Worrying.
What's his endgame here?
Get to 100% and then kill everything.
Everyone's here already. Hey, we made it.
Oh yeah,
So,
the treasure compass
what's going
helps
on?
so much.
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again.
Okay, so it's
But
supposed
it's
to
like
only
he
be a
just
few days.
vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence.
Okay.
That is, until this morning.
Oh.
When a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the crystalline itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
Okay.
And we're sure that Rerir did this. Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Yeah, really.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The
think he's already
consequences could
there.
be catastrophic.
I think he's already there.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rerir just after regaining his body?
Yes.
There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
I remember it well. He was already extremely dangerous even then.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names?
Yes, he did.
Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him.
Yeah, I'm very worried how powerful he's gonna get if he
Paimon
keeps
gets
building
chills
up.
just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in Nod-Krai, waiting for his chance to strike? Oh, even chillier.
Fair.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
That is a very good question,
Yeah.
actually.
If I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong.
Yeah.
His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
Perhaps he's
The
unstable.
other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Just built
Beats
different, I
me.
guess. Either that or he's regained
According
some
to certain
sanity.
medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality.
Fair.
It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
Yeah. That's honestly more realistic in some
Sounds
ways.
about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us.
That's a worrying thought.
There are many
Someone
unanswered
helping him?
questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark.
Yeah.
Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Reikir of Solnari before all this.
Really?
I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nod-Krai, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
3 is more than 0.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us. We
Yeah.
still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone,
Worrying.
my head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Get reinforcements. Call in the
Well.
buffest guy we know.
I do have a little hunch about his next move.
Oh.
Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki.
Fair.
Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
That's true.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
Worrying.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly.
True.
Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's a good point.
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Probably a good idea.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But
Yeah.
I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rear, what then?
Yes, very close to
That's when you
Columbina.
follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Back to her rules of treasure hunting.
The third rule was go with the flow.
You can't expect her to keep track.
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Yep.
Agreed.
Fair.
If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
Probably a good move
All right,
against a threat
we
this
better
big.
get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go.
All right. Ooh, time for a little montage, perhaps? Yeah. Okay. We're in it. Straight into everything. All right. I wonder how soon Varka's gonna show up. That honestly is the main thing I'm thinking about right now.
Any leads?
Yeah, I'm actually very glad that they did that
Diddly
quickly.
squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost.
Sorta
It
is.
feels like we're sitting on a powder
my
keg
God.
that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
The fact that they've done a cutaway gag
You guys
now
didn't
is
find
insane.
anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flint's?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious
Oh?
individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone.
Okay.
Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
Both are
He's been
concerning.
biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession.
Huh.
If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
All
Yeah.
we can do now is hope that Ino and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rarir. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one!
Oh boy, let me see that.
Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
No, come on, Yoda, you can
It's
handle
coming
it.
from Silver Moon Hall. The
Oh.
Lady Kuthar might be in danger.
Wait. Are we already getting into it?
Quick!
Or is this gonna just be not at all an actual threat? Oh, we're straight to a cutscene. What? Wait, this is the beginning of the story? This cutscene was from the beginning. I thought this was gonna be endgame. Oh my god. They're not waiting at all. Ooh, I love that shot. Ooh, the way that she lays on the water almost.
Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
Yeah, what the fuck? The way he just falls. How long are you fighting him already? Come on, Yehoda.
This is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Yehoda, get Kutar out of here!
Okay. Yehoda on escort duty. With Paimon. Wow, okay. Oh my god. Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to stop him, but... Is this maybe going to be a Varka introduction?
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out!
Okay. What is that? Yo? Yeah, no, Yehoda, you ain't gonna do much there. Jesus Christ. Jeez, okay. Oh, is she gonna save us again? Why does this feel like a sacrifice play already? Ooh, no, never mind, we're just better. He's just shooting fucking laser beams at us. Yo, Anepa with the fucking force field. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, we get out at the fucking skin of our teeth. Ooh, but this is gonna cause a fucking issue.
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
Oh boy, okay. He's not hiding anymore. You know, that establishes the threat real well.
Close.
Oh, we barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's one of the 5 sinners, and that probably wasn't his full strength.
He's a threat to this entire nation.
More than that.
I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
No.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead.
Yeah?
What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing
It's
either.
complicated.
They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
It's not even the middle, this is the beginning.
Can you
We're like
shed
20
any light
minutes
on the
in.
situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Alright, everyone knows now.
She's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
She's the moon goddess?
There are
You
many
mean
reasons
that's why she
people
looks like the
might
moon goddess in the
worship the moon.
statues?
And just as many why they might despise it.
Fair,
I've
I
never
guess.
met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me.
I have a feeling he hates the
Why he holds
moons.
me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge.
Probably not that simple.
It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take
Fair.
it for his own. The list goes on.
Yeah, there's a lot
But
of reasons
right
he'd want
now,
her dead.
Devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
Great.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this.
Nah, come on, Yehoda, you got this. You just got
Surely our only
1v1.
option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right?
If he destroys the world, he
As long
will.
as we can sneak out of Nod-Krai undetected. No,
Yeah.
I can't say
Yeah,
that. Come on, Yehoda.
God, I
This
wish
is
I remember that
serious
name.
stuff.
What was that
I
name?
can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat
That
in
is
battle.
true, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Really?
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf.
But if he gets ya...
A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon.
Huh. Interesting comparison. Metaphor.
What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions
Yeah,
have already
we're getting a
grown
lot of the
accustomed
trailer
to
stuff
life
already.
without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential. And this is not my home. So you needn't ask me to stay.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
There's the Yehoda we love.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Hell
River's
yeah.
true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
In fact, it would probably make things worse. Running away won't solve anything. We stand and fight no matter what.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade.
Huh.
They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement.
God,
If it were
entitlement
me,
to the blessings of a god.
I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth.
Huh.
After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you.
Oh?
Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I
Okay.
truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You
Find
were
that
born
place
here,
of
now you've
find that place of
returned.
home, of
Who
belonging.
knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now.
We'll find a way. It's our turn to help you now.
Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
Seems to be.
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now.
Yeah,
and
needed
it
our
will
help.
be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again.
Okay.
Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake, cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
Yeah, the false sky is
What do
cutting
you
her
mean,
off, I suppose.
Rejected by the world.
The three moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being.
Yep.
From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength.
There's another trailer line. That's why we need the moon marrow, to borrow the eternal moon's power.
The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two.
Okay, makes sense, I
Yet
suppose.
moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I
Pokelove,
was
you
able
asked the
to
question
restore
and
my
they answered.
strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
They found us.
It's the Wild Hunt!
Ah, even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
All right, the fucking squad.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Yep, and that's worrying.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
Okay. Yo, we just get a full-ass squad? Okay. I barely know how to use any of these characters.
The long sleep beckons.
Oh my god.
This is driving me nuts!
I'm just fucking throwing shit at the wall.
We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's house to escape! This goes on much longer.
So much shit is happening. What is that symbol above me?
Observe. To dust.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Wild to give us, like, a full team of random characters.
The night comes.
I love these animations. If I had the actual, like, teammates to support him, I absolutely would. But I just didn't have anywhere near what I needed. I guess that symbol above us is basically just a signifier of how close to the radar. It seems to be filling up as we kill them. I'm just fucking cycling.
Annihilation mode. Cleanup sequence initiated.
This is insane. Okay, I can potentially tweak the sound a little bit. Yo, Varka's here! He's here! Oh my god. He gets a whole ass little cutscene and everything.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
It's Varka!
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Umspartnir?
I forgot that she called him Uncle.
You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
All right.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
Huh?
That's the one. Come on, move.
Okay.
There's no time to waste.
Yeah, no, I'm going to throw so many Primogems at Varka as soon as he comes out. Durin's gonna get plenty as well, but Varka's the main one for me. Is this his fucking hideout or something?
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nod-Krai.
Okay.
And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network.
The Northern Intelligence Network.
AKA, the black market of intel.
Ah.
No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information.
Huh.
Their headquarters are in Nod-Krai, but they've got contacts in every nation.
Okay.
As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel.
All right.
This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nod-Krai should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've
Yes,
met.
it is. It has
Allow
been
me
too
to
long.
introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
This is fucking insane.
Heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has.
You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
That he does.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back
That's a
from
wild
Amsfart
comparison,
without a
but you
wink
are
of
right.
sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
And he got out of
Yep.
it.
He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe.
Okay, he is a lot
I
stronger
brought
now,
some of the
then.
knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself.
Huh.
We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him.
So that's probably why he's been laying low.
I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental
Yeah,
state, he's
that
as
is
cautious
wild.
as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Now, honestly, the fact that Varka has fought Capitano and Rarier and lived, even if in the case of Rarier it was barely survived, that might place Varka as truly the most powerful, like, conventional human, assuming that we don't learn some crazy thing about how he gets his power. Because Capitano is a Conrian and all that kind of shit, and Rarier is Rarier. But the fact that he can stand in the same ring, that is crazy.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power.
Of course.
He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod-Krai? Why is the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Yeah. I know brings Varka up to speed about what happened before.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this
Former.
Wild Hunt activity in Nod-Krai is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in.
Yes.
Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
That is a bit unfortunate.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life.
Okay.
No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out.
Yeah.
Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
All
A
right.
new variable? You mean us?
We're always a wild card.
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing.
Really?
The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rarier is an individual with an agenda.
Fair.
He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files,
Yeah.
they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast.
Is it Nicole Alice?
I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I love how Varka is just immediately
I
the guy
haven't
in
heard the
charge.
story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Oh?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nod-Krai and Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
My money's on Nicole,
Another
but
dead
I
end.
don't know.
Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out,
Probably.
we'll have to resolve this
Probably
crisis
a good
by
move.
ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there.
Oh?
But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose.
Someone helping
I doubt it's
Rare.
by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan.
Yeah.
But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself?
I'm more and more thinking that he has an ally.
The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nod-Krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
Watch its fucking
So,
Torre.
What do we do now? Got any ideas?
I would not
Right
put
now,
it past him or
we've got
something
at least
like
three
that.
things to consider. Let's go through them one by one.
Okay.
First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir.
Fair.
If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, the bulk of Nod-Krai's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
Oh?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest.
Yeah.
The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious.
Is this where Arlecchino comes in?
They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power.
Yeah.
And the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
We need the final
Hold
piece of the
on.
trio.
Are you suggesting?
The iridescent moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
In a different form,
That's
but
right.
yes.
If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow,
Ah.
I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
Makes sense.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the iridescent moon's marrow?
Yeah, that is
I
the
know
question.
a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
Okay, this is how Sandrone gets involved
Experimental
again.
Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
Sandrone,
It's a
okay,
long
yeah.
way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted.
Fair.
You shouldn't go alone.
I'll go with her.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As
That'd be
you saw for
good.
yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form,
Yeah,
everything
that
he
helps.
did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady.
Yeah.
People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities.
True.
There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari.
Yeah.
The Wild Hunt has plagued Nod-Krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
God, I love that
It's
Varka's, like,
We
locked
still
in
know
on this.
very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
Fair.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nod-Krai has a clue. And she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's
She's
a rather
already here.
hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Ah, she heard me.
Of course she's just here.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Varka's already gathering. Gathering allies.
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarier. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nod-Krai. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer?
This is a place about
Didn't you
intel.
say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network?
It's a hub for an intelligence network.
Isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nod-Krai without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig.
Yeah.
Of course, I know where the meeting place is.
Who do you think Nefer is? You're...
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network.
Hell yeah.
If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh?
You could say that. You bring Nefer up to speed on what's been happening.
Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis.
Yep.
On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
What?
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
The world won't explode?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while.
Yeah.
I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard.
I am so curious
I can't
about
exactly say I didn't see this coming.
their background. It seems like there's a history.
If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks.
Really?
Things got really
Yehoda!
dangerous during the fight with Rarier. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley-line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss.
Arda gold,
If there's
Yehoda.
any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
Can't say I expected such altruism from Yehoda.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay.
True.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, I will help.
Truly the best girl
But
failure
just
in the
this
game.
once. Don't count on this happening again. Flynn's, that fragment that Rarier was after, do you still have it on you?
Ah.
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Okay.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
She knows so much information.
This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves.
Fair.
Plus, I know we can count on you. So we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that
is
brings
what
me
she's
to the
best at.
third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him.
Okay.
I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Yo, Varka and
Come on,
Flynn's.
you two, quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me.
The two
Once they're ready,
tallest
we'll
men in
deploy
the game
decoys
and the
across
child.
Nod-Krai. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
I love all the strategy,
biggie.
like strategizing we're actually getting into.
All
here.
right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed.
I'm so happy with Varka. If I'm being so honest, Immaculate squad. I love it. Yo! Wait, are we gonna explore each fucking, like, piece of this? Are we gonna go to each, like, team? That'd be fucking hype! Ooh, boy. I'm loving this already.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
Is it just me, or is the audio quality on this one NPC sort of not
looking
perfect?
for any trouble. I just want to see Sandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
What?
Let them in.
But...
You listen to the Harbingers when they say so.
No, my lady.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
God. Yeah, the music switch up. Straight to the Sandrone themes. I am very curious to learn more about Sandrone, because she is obviously Fontaine in origin. Her fucking theme is in French,
So
title-wise.
tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored.
Sure.
It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity.
Whatever you say, Sandrone.
Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
Yeah!
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
Yeah!
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nod-Krai?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nod-Krai are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Either she's lying and the knave is the other person,
If
or
I'm going to
Dottore is
face
here.
him, I must first retrieve the lost moon.
Ooh, boy.
Hmm.
Marriott seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on. Well, that's obvious. Yeah, no, she's probably fucking pissed that we're not here for her. I don't understand what Arlecchino has to do with the iridescent moon's marrow, but at this point, I have no choice but to go along with Columbina's plan. I have a feeling I know. She has inherited the will of the Crimson Moon, or whatever the fuck. We're only doing this to stop Rerir. He is our common enemy.
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
I love Sandrone so far.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Wow!
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people.
Aww.
First Rosaline, now you.
Aww.
I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd
That's a little
always brew
sad.
a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Yeah, I don't think so. The tsundere be tsundereing.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment.
Yeah, I honestly feel a little bad for her. Or was she generally trying to introduce Columbina to new flavors? Maybe all that coldness is just an act, and they actually get along? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
A little sad,
And
but
Capitano
cute.
sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too.
Yo!
But I guess we
The
won't be seeing
boys.
him again.
Don't remind me!
Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time
Yeah!
for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Ah!
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free.
True.
In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power.
Yeah. Everything has been transactional for her in her entire life. That's why she's never felt like a place is her home. Okay. Something tells me that's changing now with us and some of the Nod-Krai people, though. Or at least we hope it does.
It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do.
Oh, so you have a
The
reason?
Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear.
Empathizing with
I
someone
get why
else,
you left.
Sandrone?
And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to.
Aww.
But if
she
you
really
keep
does
hanging
care.
around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
Hi. She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina. The biggest tsundere we've had in Genshin. Oh, that's fun.
Guess that's our cue to leave.
Let's go. We'd better not keep Varka and the others waiting.
That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer.
Oh?
Huh? What do you mean? Listen.
Oh?
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Okay, probably drawn by
Another
Columbina.
uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh, you'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war.
All right. Fully operational battle station.
Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in a weapon system.
Just be careful. Be careful, okay?
Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way.
Sure,
There's
sure.
a secret passage on the second floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back.
Get out of my way. You're causing me issues.
Steer all you
Anyways,
want,
here's a perfect
Columbina.
and safe way to
You're
get to
not
safety.
getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on
Aww. I wonder who else it's rubbing off on. But yeah, I am impressed by how much of the trailer has been Act 3. Things are moving so much faster than expected, and I love it.
Let's pick up where we left off.
All right.
It's your wild hunt monstrosity
Jesus.
versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
Are we? Ooh, I love this. This is... Okay. We're fucking playing as... Wow, can't say I expected this. There was the, like, shot of something like this, but wild that this is essentially us playing as Sandrone. Or at least indirectly. I can't believe we have a fucking turret section in a Genshin story. God. Can't tell if we have any, like, actual health or anything. No, never mind. I'm just fucking blind. There's a health bar at the bottom. I am so good at seeing things sometimes, trust me. Man, no, I truly do wonder what Act 4 is gonna be if this is Act 3. Okay.
Prepare to fire.
They're spawning slower. Oh, I'm shooting just between them also. Okay. This is insane. How is this, like, the first hour of the story? At this point in Act 1, we were barely introduced to the fucking, like, characters. They are not holding shit back, and I am loving it, honestly. Like, this actually could lead to Nod-Krai being one of my favorite, like, stories, between all the games. Because, though I will say that I think that the length of Amphorius as a story has been valuable to it. Like, it has... Yo, we got a fucking sniper now. Though the length of that story has been valuable to it, and, like, I disagree with people who say that it's too long or it's, like, bloated or anything. I can understand that in certain cases just in general with, like, Hoyoverse storytelling, but more efficient storytelling is never bad, in my opinion. Like, spending time with characters and stuff, having the time for that is important, but I was predicting at one point that, like, the entirety of Act 3 was going to be planning, gathering forces, figuring out what, like, we need to do to, like, face Rare, and then Act 4 would be acting on that. Where we've already faced off against him once, we're watching and enacting in an entire massive onslaught against, like, the Fatui research facility, and we're, like, in the midst of trying to, like, stop him. It's insane. Anyways, I think we might be getting a little overwhelmed.
Don't worry. Once this is over, I'll put it all back together again. I promise.
Aww. Alright. Okay. Oh, that's a big guy over there. Worrying. Yeah, I think we're getting overwhelmed. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this one. But I will hold the line. Okay, yeah. Scripted failure. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think... Yo! Also, all of these cutscenes have been wild, and I love them. I love how many cutscenes we have. Rare has such aura. Yeah, once again, it's similar to what Zenless has been doing. These pseudo cutscenes have been great additions.
Livonia, get him!
Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's not on auto for some reason.
Livonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data.
She's got his combat data.
Once and for
Uh-oh. Don't love him being...
She's not here.
Ah.
Where did she go?
Only caring about Columbina.
Hey, over here, you
Just
big-
leaving.
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
God. Oh. Oh, and we cut away from that. God damn it. Yeah, we're going to each of them. Hell yeah. Ooh, I love this. I also love these little, like, loading things with the, like, Nefer here and the chess pieces. Oh, that... They have put so much effort into this already. Yo. Special door. God. The quality of this is already just so high.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Oh?
It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Yeah.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frostmoon Scions.
Fair.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from.
Yep.
And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
Oh. Oh, no.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Yeah.
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well.
Really?
I've never faced Rarir myself.
True.
But from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine.
Beyond the gods.
I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
Yeah, fair.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
That is also fair.
So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control.
All reasonable
Death
concerns.
is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Yeah.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
All right.
Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady?
In what way is she not?
She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person.
Oh boy. Don't trust Dory.
Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The sheer speed. A few moments later. I can't say I expected Dory to have this much presence in the story.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Laura. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Yoda.
Dora
No.
Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
Both from Sumeru.
If you want to make it big in Nod-Krai, it's all about
Both
connections.
business people.
Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me.
Yeah.
And she also did me a big favor in the past.
Huh.
It was back when I first arrived in Nod-Krai. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day.
Okay. Also,
I've been
very
giving her
fun
a
that they
30%
bring in this
discount
song.
off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer.
Very fun
Plus,
that they
any
bring
other
one of
friends you
like
send my way
the
will enjoy 10%
standout
off.
Sumeru songs for
What can I
Dory.
say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous.
Oh boy.
So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble. I've got everything you could possibly need, and the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
Oh?
The one type of gear I've never been short on.
Okay.
What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs?
What?
An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the
There are
very least, I need
jetpacks.
to know what kind of
Sumeru
opponent you're dealing with here.
jetpacks.
If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
Yeah, you could say that.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
I'd say more than a nation if he gets the full power.
Is that so? Then we really are.
I can't believe just
talking top
casually
shelf
mentioning a
treasures.
jetpack.
I don't have anything like that in stock right now.
Fair,
I'll have to ask
true.
my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Nod-Krai in the near future.
Is Alice actually gonna show up?
If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then let me put it another way.
Yeah.
What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up
Yeah,
on a
it's
silver
absolutely
platter?
Alice. But
Of course
whether or
not.
not she comes
I have
herself
a handy little
is a
trinket
question.
from one of my generous suppliers, which...
Oh.
Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Favors are the
Another
worst
point
kind
towards
of
it
debt
being
to
Nicole.
owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
Okay, hopefully this is over in 3 days.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
God.
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Oh god, Yehoda. You're her favorite kind of customer because you're an idiot. Truest girl failure ever.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go.
Oh.
You will see many strange things in your mind's eye.
Okay.
So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound.
Didn't expect to get into some more magical stuff. After laying down the
Now
ground
then,
rules for everyone
let us
who will be
peer
joining the
into
trip
the
as a
Raker
follower,
of
never begins the
Solnari's
ceremony.
past.
Is this how fucking Dainsleif gets involved? We're looking into the past of a sinner?
I made it.
Oh?
I don't recognize this style of architecture.
Yeah, this...
Must be Conrian.
Yep, this is Conrian.
Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a
This
more
is-
ordinary house than I might have expected.
This is exciting.
Looks like the fearsome Raker of Zulnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings.
Are we just gonna get a full lore dump on one of the
Unless
sinners?
this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Time to explore ancient Conria. What? How? What? I'm assuming we're gonna end up going this way, so I'm not gonna worry about exploring too far, but... What? A few storage boxes sit next to the cabinet. Everything in sight is neatly organized. Whoever lives here seems to be enjoying a pretty comfortable life. Okay. A note. A handwritten note.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu.
This is insane.
I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime.
Who is this?
P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
Huh. Okay. Either family or loved one of Rivier. We're gonna read his diary, yes! That is a good point. God, I wish I remember that name.
Today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make
Felindis,
it.
I believe, was the name.
Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindis. That's the same name Ririr mentioned.
Yeah.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously.
Doesn't sound safe
Why would
to
you
eat.
even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Yeah, I wonder who did that.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight?
That makes an amount of
That would
sense.
explain why they use so much stone in their buildings.
Yeah, if they're just carving out
They
caves.
even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I love
I've
that we're
just
getting
about
into
saved
this.
up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Okay, what is that?
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is.
Most of what's written in the diary are the mundane details of everyday life. It's clear that the author was an ordinary Conrian, or at least that they were passing themselves off as one. Interesting. Right! That is a good, thing to remember. Okay. Interesting. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really have any particular impression.
He
Believe in
really
it.
is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard.
Okay. Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with a shallow indentation along the bottom. Okay. The previous page has been torn out. For now, its contents remain a mystery.
Did Riri rip it out himself?
Huh. But pen marks like these leave a trace. With something like charcoal to add some color, you just need to find the right angle. When Nefer looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Resourceful! Compared to the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in a rougher, more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state.
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing
A
more
loved
than
one.
a stagnant pool. The burial place of a fallen moon.
Ooh.
A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away. That it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
Oh, how poetic.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon.
Okay. I'm beginning to piece together what I think is probably the case. Realistically, he has this loved one who is the person who made him realize he, like, could love, basically. He then proceeds to lose them in some way because of the moons, or something along those lines. And now he is blinded by the obsession of getting them back to the point that he's willing to destroy everything to find her. That is realistically where I think this is going. Yep, okay. As I thought, we were heading out this way.
Rear, over here.
Dainsleif! Yo, and we see, like, normal Rerir.
Oh, and, Vedalfin here?
Yo?
What a surprise to see you here.
Can we see them?
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Wild how different Dainsleif's tone is
I'm
here.
flattered.
3 of the sinners before they became
What
sinners.
are we discussing today?
Also, Fredolfnir's voice.
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't
Show
give us
us.
that.
But
Didn't
words,
you say you were
they
about
stay
to
me.
pop the big
Show
question?
them to us.
How's that coming along?
Okay, they were on the verge of getting
I
married
thought
then.
the
Okay.
great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip.
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Huh.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
Yeah, it doesn't have the usual star. That's a good point.
Are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now.
What's his actual
A member
job?
of the King's Guard.
Ah.
Quite the cover story.
Okay, that's a cover
Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me?
Oh, absolutely.
Same old. Nothing much to... Huh?
Oh?
What's up, Ved?
Oh, he calls him Ved.
It's nothing.
Vedalfin, Dainsleif's elder brother. Renowned throughout
Elder
the
brother.
court of Conria as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Interesting.
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes.
Yeah,
So
almost
this is
certainly.
what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
It's so interesting. Oh my god. I'm honestly curious to explore this way a little bit more right now. I am I am amazed that we're even getting into this. Like, sure, learning more about Revere makes sense, but to literally dive into ancient memories of Connery. Did not expect this anytime soon. Alright, nothing else there, just a little bit of a hallway. A mirror. That the soon-to-be fiancé / dead wife.
Felindis?
Yeah.
You're back early.
Our equipment's being serviced today,
Yeah,
so
fair.
I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Being able to actually see her is a very
Went for a drink
nice
with Dane
touch.
and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Interesting that her eyes don't have the usual Conrian, like, diamond star shape.
Vedifenir showed up today, too. You know, Dainsleif's older brother.
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Vedifenir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
Hence why he's reluctant to say
overheard
things
Dainsleif
sometimes.
mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be
That would be
concerned
very
about
cute.
us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
You gotta tell her the truth at some
Maybe you're
point.
right.
Definitely not just because I want to know the full
You
truth.
worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not?
Ugh.
You've even proposed to me.
Nothing can last.
So,
All
you do
of the
remember.
ashes.
Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
That is shockingly mature.
Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever.
She never gets to give the answer.
Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifenir and Dainsleif, what do we matter? Can someone
Yeah,
whose
she's
gaze
gonna
is so
be-
fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly?
If she's
Besides,
alive, she's a Hilichurl.
The dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense.
It does, does it?
The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf?
Interesting.
Can he ever find true peace?
Questioning killing. Questioning death. An interesting place for the sinner against death.
Felindis?
Oh? Now reveal the truth, perhaps? I love the lighting here.
It's nothing. You were right.
The way
Fate
it just
has never
lights up
smiled
there.
upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just
Yeah.
need to stay positive, Revier.
They're doing such a good job with
your
this scene.
warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side.
God, they are.
Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You are so doomed.
You're right, Felindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Okay.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there.
He will not be there.
Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
They're doing a very good job of ingratiating her.
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vinster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do.
Interesting comparison point between them.
We were in the same line of work.
Yeah, that's
Let's
a wild
dig a
thing.
deeper.
Huh. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't expect them to actually go that far. To have the reflection be of him, but also mirror our movements. That is nice. I really like that. All right, time to leave the hut. Yeah, no, that actually is a very valuable thing.
Our last operation was a resounding success. And all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari.
You already had that title,
total,
okay.
We apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon and 67 accomplices.
Jesus Christ,
After
the
all these
culling
years
is
since
the
the
right
dynasty's
word for it.
fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity.
Boy, I sure do love
Conria
propaganda.
has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored.
Interesting. So Rerir, at least at this point in time, was actually based on like this and the previous bit about like questioning the killing of and culling. He actually holds some amount of like, the word's escaping me, but he isn't as just like staunchly believing that they need to kill all of the like Crimson Moon era people. Which is very interesting considering Arlecchino is going to be showing up later. Obviously her moon ties are a big deal at this point, given that he hates the moons and stuff. But I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out with her appearance, as being sort of like the last dreg of the Crimson Moon legacy.
Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
Really?
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Culling the Crimson Moon people?
Where would I even start? How do
That
you
is
tell
tricky.
someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners?
Yeah, that's rough.
That your hands are steeped in blood?
That is
You
quite
didn't
rough.
choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
Orphan.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it.
Interesting.
Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon.
Honestly, I think
Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
I honestly think, rather than finding something that made him sympathetic to them, I think it's just he's developing a conscience after killing so many of them. Like, that's not unbelievable to me. Yeah, no, that would fuck up the proposal.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care.
Definitely not just
Solnari.
fighting for their survival.
I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything.
Yes, no, very much so.
There are things you shouldn't know.
Seeing through the propaganda is a lot easier in that way.
You cannot know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Thelindis.
Seems to be the one thing he remembers or keeps as like a goal.
Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else?
Oh?
Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
Yeah. Also cool that she just has the thing from Dory just on her chest there. Anyways, what the fuck are we diving into now?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big time.
You want her to accept the
waiting for
proposal and you
someone now?
leave her alone at the ball?
Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Crazy.
Oh,
Oh.
sure.
Oh, fuck.
Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
Oh, boy. This is the child from the fucking trailer who wants someone to get someone killed. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait. Okay. The child in the trailer says, I want you to... Something along the lines of, I want you to kill him. You're the last person he'd expect. Oh, no. She's gonna learn his true identity, and she's gonna be tempted to kill him. Oh, but if I'm gonna extrapolate out what the actual tragedy of it all probably will be, is that she wouldn't go through with it, but things have already escalated to the point that everything falls apart. Oh, no.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
Do not trust the
I'm
child.
telling the truth. Look me in the eyes.
Ah,
You're...
a member of the Crimson Moon Legacy.
We can have a word in private.
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out.
Okay.
Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
They ingratiated her really well, really
I don't know why you're telling me this, and I don't want to get involved.
You already are.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
Yeah.
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
Yeah, this is the fallout of the lie.
Strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Thelindis.
Yeah, how are we seeing this?
Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer.
Damn it.
I think it's time to call it a day.
No! The lore! Oh my god. Okay, so we don't see the aftermath of that yet.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rurir's fragment to spy directly on his memory?
That's insane.
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss!
That's insane.
Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. We're not worthy! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
Hey there.
Feels like we barely scratched the surface.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time inside.
Sad.
That's all we can see for now. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay, too. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know Boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent.
Please do.
I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others.
Alright, so that's that chunk. Time for the final one. Oh, no, we're jumping to us again. Okay. What are we doing in Thunderclap Reef? I love the little cute floating animation.
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit.
Jesus.
Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked.
We'll just have to sneak past nice and quietly. Is it time for a stealth segment?
One little slip up and it's game over. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Ruru.
Yep.
And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again.
Be that as it may, we still have to try.
Oh, guess you're right. All right, time to zip it.
Yeah, it's a wild dichotomy. Okay.
Quick, hide! We almost got spotted.
If it doesn't take control of my movement, I'll be able to hide. Okay. I can't fucking jump right now.
Watch out!
Uh-oh.
He's coming this way.
Let me control my character. Every time it turns the camera, I
We're
turn
nearly
a different
there.
direction.
This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
Can't keep going like this. Surely there must be another way out. That's a lot of them. We're gonna have to fight?
Fire.
Nope, Arlecchino is here. It's time!
Oh no, there's a fire!
It's time! One of my favorite characters. The Wild Hunt. That was quick. Yeah! And she's in her boss form. Holy shit.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina.
Yeah! She's here! Oh my god.
The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
Huh.
It's Arlecchino! You came!
The powerhouse is here.
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
Hi.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Father has returned, and then we immediately go away. No! Oh, the Fucking Arlecchino with the T animation. Oh, I love this. Oh my god. Okay, things did not end well here, it seems.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished.
Surely. Surely you can design a robot to beat us.
Sure doesn't pull his punches.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Durin?
Do you need a hand?
Durin?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy?
Durin?
Wait a minute. I recognize that voice.
You do?
Hello, Miss Sandrone.
No!
Father sent us over to help.
I misheard the voice.
How considerate of her.
Interesting. I didn't expect them to be here.
Hey,
the favorite children.
Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire.
Oh, I love this.
Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
I can't say I expected Arlecchino to bring all of them along.
Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
Aw, you do care. Oh my god, all of the characters. Can't say I expected them. Oh, that is fun. I guess Arlecchino does not travel alone. Alright, let's return to the secret base. Gonna go from here to there. Very much out of the way. I love the little corner loading things. They are fucking adorable.
Merciless.
Oh, there's a chest over there that I haven't gotten. Okay. Not gonna worry about that now, but... Literally just a nothing hole. Alright. The squad is gathering.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's and the others?
That's a good question.
And what about Niffer?
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Ino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time.
Okay.
As for Miss Neffer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. Then let's get right into it.
Some major lore.
But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Yep.
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Hell yeah.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I
Yep.
seen them before? Wait, of course.
Crimson Moon
And those
Legacy.
memories we just saw.
Crimson Moon Legacy.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers.
He's informed.
So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nod-Krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui Harbinger.
We got some heavy hitters here.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start
Yeah, she
trusting
can be
Fatui
both.
Harbingers, even at a time like this.
Nah, come on, she's
I must
fine.
admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the Moon Goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Moon buddies.
Nor does Nod-Krai belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff.
Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory.
Fair.
Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Arlecchino was instrumental in helping us save the whole of Fontaine. I'm confident we can trust her.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles.
No, it's fair that Loma
we
wouldn't
have our
trust.
own way of doing things here in Nod-Krai. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but hostility.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past.
Oh, that's a good point.
I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
Straight to
She'll be
business.
frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets after all.
She is a spy master of
but
sorts.
She clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
One step below godlike power. Yehoda continues to be a fucking gem.
Since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda, time to share that top-secret intel.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
Of course that would catch her attention.
Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
I like that Columbina picks up on that.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties.
Yep.
Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon
happy right
dynasty
now.
had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness.
Yeah.
In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh,
Yeah,
and he had a fiancé, or at least a would-be fiancé, called Tholindis.
I love the implied amount of trust and, like, understanding between Columbina and Arlecchino there, to have it be a thing of before saying anything, Columbina looks to Arlecchino, and Arlecchino just nods, and they can understand what that means. I am unreasonably happy. Columbina has been a character I've been so interested in for so long. Arlecchino is one of my favorite Harbingers. Varka is awesome and has been so anticipated. And, oh my... We're getting fucking Conria lore.
What's the matter?
Just after Rerir regained his body, he called out that name.
Rheindotter!
How does Rheindotter get involved in all of this? Obviously Cinders, but you know. Why name her in relation to those two?
Anything else? What about this would-be fiancé of his? Do we know anything about her?
She's cool. She's nice.
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it
felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Huh.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerear's fragment also contains some of Thelindis' memories.
Yeah.
Though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerear appeared to be lucid and quite normal.
And we might be able to gather why
Thelindis,
he
it
isn't anymore.
seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me though, were these pure-blood Conorians we're talking about here?
Not her, it would
Why do you
seem.
need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian...
Curse of immortality. She might still be alive. No.
Oh yeah, just like how it was with the captain.
I don't think so.
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerear might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible. But it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that.
Also, if she's still
That
around,
merchant
she'd
who
be like
never knows.
Capitano, a fucking
Glory
corpse.
Sangama Bay. Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
All right then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow.
All right.
As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar.
Okay.
At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out.
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up with the boss.
Yeah, no, like...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with.
I am on a... You're absolutely right, Pokolov. They have been so good with so many details up to now. This truly is the payoff to so many setups. So much bits of, like, so many bits of lore, so much setup over time is finally coming to fruition. Oh my god.
Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too.
Yeah.
If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's.
Fair.
I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flint's, Ino, and Anefa when they get back.
Okay.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
That's appreciated.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy.
Oh?
Our reinforcements should be here any minute now.
Durin?
Stay safe,
Albedo?
everyone. Dismissed.
Oh, but we linger on Varka? Ah, Flint.
We're back.
Ino and Anefa.
Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
A tad late. The others have already set off.
They're teasing
To
us so
summarize,
much.
our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally. And Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info.
Yep.
Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined.
Fair.
I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now.
She is still a child.
Oh, right. Anefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
Uh-huh.
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nod-Krai in the period leading up to that.
Okay.
That was before Rerear had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nod-Krai are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. and Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
All right.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal is a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They had a side bet.
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
I love
we
how much
already
of an actual
decided that
leader
Nefa
Varka
should go
is.
investigate the situation over at Amsfartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
Okay. Following us proper. God, I love the fucking gleaming eye Arlecchino with the teacup. Oh my god. I am so unreasonably happy.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Cross over?
Hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned?
Yeah.
We still
Please
haven't
let
got
us
the
know.
slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you?
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds Flames.
The Two Worlds Flames.
Are you serious? Isn't you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about?
Yep.
The one from ancient Conria?
Your surprise is understandable. I was
Yeah,
also
good
taken
point.
aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along.
Uh-huh.
When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me, consuming me from the inside out.
Your hands.
Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations, over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan.
So much lore coming
Since
to the
this blood
front.
flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss.
So wild to
You
have
all
this said
understand
aloud.
the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for
don't
my
say that.
soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
I don't know if I could handle
If I
Arlecchino
recall
dying.
correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Oh, maybe that's the Chekhov's
Yes.
gun we're getting.
And that's
Not
the
a
reason
death flag,
I'm
but
always
that.
careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug of war.
They wouldn't set this up for no reason.
Sounds intense.
And that scares me.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about?
I would want a lot more.
Question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Carians used to worship was actually the iridescent moon, right?
Yeah.
Which was one of the three moon sisters.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the Carians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have
Interesting
no way of
comparison.
knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear.
Oh, that's a good point.
The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty.
Yep.
Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
Yeah!
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project.
Gee, I wonder who that's
time
pointed
is against
towards.
us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody. Correct?
That's what I was expecting.
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help.
Is that going to serve as an
The
actual
iridescent moon
upgrade
is
to her?
already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession,
Yeah!
you'll be even more powerful
Is that
than
going to
before.
ascend her to, like, godlike levels of power, given that
Deal.
she's on the verge already?
Then let's get started.
That is huge.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
I think we might be going to
When
the
I
Abyss
first
or something.
became a harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Perrin Harry, also known as Leobranto Innamorato.
Harry,
You should be able to buy
say.
a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details.
Yeah.
In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
So much lore.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
Read the lore!
What kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until
Fucking
they
insane.
finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual.
So
telling
weird.
them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
6 stars of
Explains why I
characters
can't
is such a
sense the
wild
Crimson
idea.
Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
I feel like it's much more likely just different 5-star
here.
versions of characters,
Do you
but
see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary.
At least she's taking initiative.
The fireplace is purely symbolic.
Yeah.
The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me.
Yeah.
Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of
Oh.
ghostly afterimage in the world.
Oh.
In the days of
That
Conria,
callback.
people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds
Fucking
of
Clervy.
life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part.
This is such a fucking convergence
the
of
catch
lore.
is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open. So I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way.
Alright, understood. Don't worry, we've got this.
Very well. Then I'll open it up.
So much lore coming to the forefront.
Spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it.
Fair.
Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await.
All right.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent.
Jesus Christ, we're making fucking dimensional portals. This is insane. Yeah, I've seen some of the concept art stuff. I didn't take too close a look at it, but I have seen some of it.
One word of advice.
I find
as
the
you're crossing over,
Plurvy spear
no
thing
matter what
interesting.
voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it.
Okay.
I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon.
This isn't even a full
I feel
cutscene.
that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go.
I suppose that's a fitting way to describe the Crimson Moon. Only embers remain. Oh my god. Can we talk to her real quick? Can we talk to her?
Seismic changes often begin with small windows of opportunity. This could be your window.
Fair. Alright. Let's move. Oh my god. This is insane how huge it is. This is Act 3! We're not even to Act 4. This isn't the climax. And we're going into whatever the fuck space this is. Oh my god. What the fuck is this?
And great new death and rebirth. Wait, why are you?
Oh?
You have crossed over from another world, transcending fate itself. I have no right to.
What is this voice? Huh.
Merciless.
Where the fuck are
Hey, look up at the sky! A red moon!
we? Yo.
This was
Conrian architecture, I think?
Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place. What now?
Yeah, no,
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon. Was this truly what you wished for?
Looks like there's only one way through here. Let's keep going and see what's ahead.
Careful. There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the fog. Haimon's right behind you. Whatever you do, don't run off without her.
Oh my god. I don't even know if this is gonna be the end of Act 3 or if there's gonna be more.
Didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces?
Yeah, that's a good
Here
point.
looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Interesting.
Merciless.
Don't mind me, Helitrolls. I have no qualms with you. Yep, there's the cracks.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Interesting. That looks insane. No need to harm the Helitrolls. They're doing nothing wrong. This is an insane location. Almost walked off of it. Yeah, I'm amazed how much of the trailer we've already seen, like, my expectations for Act 4 are through the roof right now. Ow.
A little moose
Can I just do this real quick?
Pinnacle of excellence. Show no mercy.
Alright. Nice little chest.
Huh?
So the iridescent moon's marrow is up there in the sky?
Huh? For real? That's way too high! There's no way we'll be able to reach it!
No. I'm not sensing anything up there.
Okay.
It's coming from under the mountain.
Ah.
Let's see.
Oh.
Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water.
Okay.
See that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Let's check it out.
Yeah, it very much has the vibe of, like, veins. Ugh. This is so fucking crazy. Oh my god. What even is Act 5 gonna be, let alone 4? How the fuck does this escalate?
Looks like a device from the time of Kalia.
Yep.
Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind.
Alright, fine.
If we can activate it, we might find some clues.
Okay. Oh? Get rid of the void. Well, the abyss. Okay. Presumably you gotta get rid of the other two.
Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different.
Yeah.
Do you think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret? Let's try to find more of them!
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
This isn't ruining date night. Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Felindis? Is that Rere's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her voice here?
Didn't Nefer previously mention that she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistorum?
Oh yeah. So, do you think she was studying this strange space all along?
Seems like it.
The Abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here. Like
Fair.
echoes.
Makes
or
sense.
after images.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood.
Oh?
Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. Mourning still in wistful tone.
Yes.
Her fragile soul now laid to rest.
The fact that these intertwine is very nice.
For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or something more?
Huh. Fate, perhaps? Interesting. You all get to live. Assuming you don't chase me.
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see
Okay.
if there are any other devices nearby.
Oh, sorry. You're protecting treasure. You die. Sorry, but them's the rules. Looks like this one's fine. Ah. A chain reaction of sorts. I'm loving the music here, too. Alright, here's another one. One remains.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking...
What? Unlocking what?
Really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
What did she discover? What does it unlock? Tell us now. Oh my god. I don't know if there's an actual path here. Huh. Yeah, Hodomix is always on point, as you say. But I feel like they've been really going off lately for Nod-Krai. Oh, whoa, it's shooting at us. But yeah, like, some of the Nod-Krai tracks really sort of, like, have hit me in ways that, like, Natlan tracks didn't really. Not to say the Natlan stuff was bad, because honestly, most Fontaine stuff didn't hit me in the same way some of the Nod-Krai stuff is. Alright. Maybe.
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow.
Huh.
Oh, Rerir. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire.
Oh?
But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria,
Our
the
sibling?
Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness.
Our sibling?
If only
Sibling?
I could get my hands on that outsider.
Oh? Huh.
Hey, look! The moon's reflection is back to
So
normal.
with our arrival, the king falls further into... Well, not our
Olympus's
siblings'
voice mentioned
arrival.
A chamber with the moon marrow.
The king falls
You think
further into
maybe it's
madness.
hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it,
I'm assuming that's later
I
in the
sense the
timeline.
fragile aura of a dying soul.
Huh.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go!
Wild. I'm loving how much lore and context we're getting.
Merciless.
Alright, where are we going now? Ah, fun. Sever the abyssal fetters.
These things are so creepy. Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, that's not that bad.
Fearless.
God. Yep.
That must be the iridescent
There's
moon's
some rift
marrow.
towns.
Oh, but we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it.
Alright. You guys, I'll listen.
Fulfill our pact! A dash of frost!
You're both annoying enough as enemies, and I don't feel bad about killing you. Yeah, no, it lines up. It lines up with what we've known so far, but it is interesting to hear about. Just what exactly our sibling is responsible for, intentionally or otherwise, is very interesting. I'm very curious to learn more.
Just hang in there! We're so close!
One more. Yep, no, creations of Rhinodeer, very interesting for them to be here, because obviously they have basically become synonymous with the Abyss, but very interesting for them to be here. Is this the Moon Marrow? Or what's left of it?
We finally did it!
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss.
Yeah.
It has taken on a new form entirely. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be able to obtain its untainted essence.
Leave it to me. That's what we can do. That's what we're good at. Anyways, I can't wait for this to fucking backfire someday. the amount of abyssal energy we purify.
It's so cold.
Oh? Is this the Crimson Moon speaking?
Is it you? Are you here?
Huh? Are you talking to us?
At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed, and I am finally free.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart as death drew near.
Thinking that Columbina is the original moon, I assume?
My body began to split apart piece by piece. Like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. My thoughts scattered as the cold crept in. But I could not bear to fade away like that. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage.
What brought you to us?
I might have been spared this torment, more painful than death. You look so puzzled. That's how I felt too when I first saw you.
What is...
Trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason. Farewell, Hypo.
Hypo. Am I just forgetting something, or is that a new name?
What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon?
Sounds like it.
Oh, it sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But none of us have ever met her before,
One of us is sort of a reincarnation of another moon.
She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she
Yeah.
once knew.
Huh.
For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
That is an interesting
The
comparison, yeah.
iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help you regain your strength, right? All right. Time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. Let's go.
Interesting. We are deep in the lore. Oh no, cutscene time.
This place looks different than when we came in.
Oh.
Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel.
Is it gonna fall apart further now that the abyss is no longer, like, tied to it?
Hurry! The place is collapsing!
Okay. You may have freed the iridescent moon, but that means this place falls apart. No, it wants to trap us here.
The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will.
Yeah, okay, the abyss ain't
Show us
happy.
no mercy.
Anyways, I love how just light she is on her feet here. There we go.
Give it back! The crimson moon sky!
Oh.
My marrow!
My marrow. My heart. I'm having a wild idea here. I'll wait until the cutscene's over.
They're back! Now what do?
This is where you fall.
Yeah!
Witness my rise.
It's the fucking line! Thank you,
What are you waiting
Arlecchino.
for?
Thank you, Father. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, we made it! Was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay.
Worrying.
The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry.
Don't push yourself too much. Is there anything I can do in return? If I can purify the abyssal power, then maybe.
No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
Damn.
Surely... Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino. Paimon can't believe you'd make a sacrifice like this for us.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbina.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
All right.
From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more brightly.
I'm going to take a moment here to sort of say my thought from before. I'm forgetting her name already, which is annoying me, because I want to remember it. I'm just terrible with names. But Rare's girlfriend, the last we saw of her, assuming that what we saw of the timeline, with these, like, glimpses in that space with the Crimson Moon and stuff, was the furthest in the timeline so far. The last thing she did and said was, if only I could, like, get to the outsider or do something to them, basically, was the implication. Sort of stop this madness. As she walks in the general direction of where the Crimson Moon is and where the iridescent moon marrow is. Is it possible that in some way, shape, or form, she fused with the, like, Crimson Moon and the Abyss? Potentially trying to, like, use that power, potentially, to, like, achieve something? But then just being consumed by it? Because I can't help but make the comparison and link between the fact that we have kept Rare's heart from him. The fragment we had was his heart, supposedly. And he was desperately seeking after it until we purified it. Meanwhile, that voice behind the, like, abyssal force trying to stop us from leaving said, my heart is what we were taking. It might just be a coincidence, but I could see that being intentional thematic overlap. And also, it would certainly be a tragedy that basically she has been lost to the moons / the abyss. I don't know if that's the way they're going to go, but it's an idea that occurred to me and I wanted to voice it.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return.
Yep. No, like, there's plenty of reasons why that very much could be the case. It may not be foolproof, because we don't have much evidence for it, but it just occurred to me in that cutscene. Yo,
Feeling
her power
strong,
is growing. Some pain attached to the iridescent moon / Crimson Moon.
I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds. That's all.
I see.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned.
That's good.
At least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
Okay, yeah.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayrear like this.
But with Arlecchino, with the iridescent moon
One
marrow?
more ray of moonlight, if you would.
Please, Columbina, don't push yourself too hard.
It's okay. I can take it.
Okay. This is insane. Though we're only a temporary inheritor of it, this is the three Moon Sisters together again in a form.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before.
Nice.
I want to see him gone from Nod-Krai. The Rahier of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for.
Yep.
You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze.
Nearly full power Columbina.
You're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina. This is who you are.
Wow.
Thank you.
A pep talk.
Look after
from
yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow stronger.
And now she
But
can,
whatever
to a
you're
degree.
after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Revier.
Yeah,
I appreciate the
bad.
concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
Oh?
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name.
Is it time for her
We
to
often
find
use
who
code
she
names in the
is?
House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded.
Knowing your
till
Perouer
now,
in your
You've
case?
been living a wandering life, so you've probably never really cared. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Revier, give it some thought.
I am so intrigued by that, actually. I love what that does for Arlecchino, actually. It ties in with her general vibe. But the idea that in all of the secrets, in all of the scheming, in all of the darkness that is everything that Arlecchino does, she grounds herself in knowing who she is, what her true name is. What moves her, what motivates her. I like that. The Knave, Arlecchino, they are just code names. She is Perouer. I like that. Of course, she didn't state that much about herself, but it's pretty easy to read into it that.
All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandrone.
All right.
You're the best!
Yes, you are. Let us know next time you need a hand. We'll be sure to return the favor.
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent things to do right now than trade compliments.
Fair. Yeah, that's the end of Act 3. Okay. I mean, honestly, I appreciate that because it's about midnight. Didn't expect it to be only about, like, 2.5 hours, though. Huh.
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength.
I mean, that's a
all
fair
that
point
matters.
for it to be the
In
switch.
other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
Because that is a pretty big thing we just did. Turns out it was the climax of the the third act. Yeah, I would love if Arlecchino visits more. And I have a feeling once we get to Chesnaya, a lot of shit's gonna go down. But, oh my god. That truly was insane. If that's Act 3 and we already have most of the trailer lines, I am hyped for Act 4.
All things come to an end, even time itself.
Oh boy. I love that. Alright. Well, as I had planned, that'll be where I leave it off for tonight. I will cover Act 4 Probably tomorrow. I think I should have the time, especially if it's about the same length as this. I'll make another announcement tomorrow about it. If there isn't one, then that's enough reason to say that I'm not doing it tomorrow, but I should be able to, and I am eager to get to this. I think that is certainly a possibility, but I think it actually might just focus more on the main story and use the Sumeru event as sort of more Nefer story. I think that might be the case, which is a little bit of a shame if the event doesn't stay permanent, but I wouldn't be surprised if they keep Nefer like as a major player, but not like as much of a focus as they gave to, you know, Flynn's and Loma. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. But wow. A lot of lore has come to light. Honestly, a lot of this is stuff we already either knew or could intuit. But this really, what this act was, is an example of what Nod-Krai's story is meant to be. They said that they wanted to change things up and take the time to make sure that the lore is understood by people. Some things that have been left in the background and not extrapolated on come to the forefront. And that is exactly what's happening here. They directly are calling out past lore that we have had hinted towards in just the like corners of the game, never in the main story, but have existed. And we're beginning to see more of it. And I mean, the fact that we got into Rare's backstory is insane. I respect it because it means we actually can understand Rare more as a character, and I'm eager to learn more about him. But it is still incredibly crazy that we got to hear a conversation between two of the Sinners and Dainsleif. And also just the fact that the three moon powers are reunited. Like, as I said in that moment, though it's because I'm playing Lumine rather than Aether to a degree, in a way, the three moon sisters are reunited now, which is really interesting. Yeah, I'm still incredibly curious what the conflict against Rare will be like in Act 4. Obviously, we have the fight, but how that's gonna go, I have no fucking clue. All I know is I am incredibly eager to learn more. We have to have Durin show up. We have to have Albedo show up. We'll see what Varka has to do. We'll see what Sandroni's plans are at this point. I'm excited to see Columbina potentially go all out and, like, actually fight against him now that she's rebuilt some power. There's a lot of shit that could happen here. And I am so incredibly eager to get to it. Like, honestly, if it wasn't already midnight, I would just jump into the story from now. Like, right now. But I will stay strong, and I hope you all can too. Obviously, play through the story at your own pace if you want, but I will be getting to this as soon as I can. It does feel preemptive to say, because we're only, like, partway through it. But the more that this goes on, the more that we were going through that story, as you could tell at certain points from just how happy I was, how excited I was, I think just almost by default, Nod-Krai has become my favorite nation and story. Which is insane to say before we're even done with the story. But if Act 4 and 5 are anywhere near as good as this act, it's just a guarantee. Just objectively a guarantee. The story has been crazy. It's brought so much more lore. It's escalated the stakes massively. It's brought highly anticipated characters finally into the forefront. It continues to do so. It delivers on that satisfactorily. The exploration itself, I'm enjoying a lot. I know not everybody is, like, perfectly happy about it. I've seen some complaints from some people in some manner, like some ways. But largely speaking, it is exactly what I want. The vibes are immaculate. That's all I really have to say about it. Yes, no, very much so. Like, a fumble can happen, but it has to be a big fumble for this not to be at least a contender for best, like, arc. Because, generally speaking, just to give some very quick thoughts, because I am still fucking energized despite it being midnight. General thoughts of mine, because I don't know if I've ever really, like, concretely said this. My general thoughts on the Archon Quest main story of, like, each arc. Funnily enough, I don't hold Mondstadt as, like, cherishedly a memory as some people. I enjoyed it, but it was, by the nature of it being the first thing in the story, it was the part of the story I was least invested in, because it really only was once we were starting to get into the lore more that I really got invested in that. It's also the shortest, so it was the least time we spent on things. It was also just when it was still figuring itself out. So I appreciate Mondstadt for the humble beginnings it was, but it doesn't really, like, rank super high on my, like, I don't know, rankings. Leeway is a very mixed bag for me, in the sense of, I agree with a lot of people that a lot of the middle parts were very much a bit of a drag. They were fairly boring despite various interesting aspects in it, but the finale really hooked me. That's really when I truly was falling in love with the game. Inazuma I liked more than most people, I think, based on, like, opinions on the internet I've seen. But I do recognize many of its flaws. I'm a big fan of Raiden Shogun and stuff, so there's a lot I enjoyed there, but I will not deny it is flawed and could have been a lot better. Sumeru was very, very solid to me. There could be complaints made, but it is sort of, I would sort of consider Sumeru's level of storytelling to sort of be my standard of, like, what a good Archon Quest arc is. It just sort of, across the board, was pretty solid. It dragged at times, but they were still figuring out the new length and stuff, so I think it was fine. The cast of Sumeru was great. And just in general, I really appreciated a lot of the stuff it did. Fontaine is an interesting one for me, because it has some very favorite characters of mine. Farina, Nouvelette, and Arlecchino are very much up there for me as characters. Like, of actual, like, Archon/Archon filling position characters, Farina is probably my favorite, honestly. And Act 5 of Fontaine is, I'd say, the best finale to an arc we've had. It is, I think, my favorite singular, like, climax to a storyline we've had in Genshin. And I really do enjoy the first two parts, despite certain bits of clunkiness, like the first two acts. I did not care for the majority of the Acts 3 and 4, like, Fortress of Meropide stuff. That dragged massively for me, and that sort of pulls everything down for me, unfortunately. But Act 5 was such a massive highlight. Natlan is a weird one for me. There's a lot I really like from it, but there's a lot holding it back, I feel. I feel like they were trying a lot of things and doing a lot of things that some landed really well, while others didn't quite. Like, I really enjoy the War Against the Abyss portion, where there's all of these, like, choices we're having to make, who we support, who we protect, who we save, seeing the costs of war, that kind of thing. I love that. I enjoy the cast of Natlan more than I think some people did, but I will agree that they are, in certain ways, weaker than what some of the other casts like the Fontaine and Sumeru cast ended up being. It didn't really have, like, the same power and strength to it that those two did, and now Nod-Krai has. So far, Nod-Krai, I have basically no issues with the current arc. I pretty much only have good things to say. So if it doesn't have a massive fumble in the next 2 acts, assuming it's just a 5-act story again, it will just be the best one. And even if there is a fumble, as long as it isn't horribly massive, it will still be one of the best. It'll just be in contention rather than objectively the best. Yes, no, that is the big thing. Things take time to manifest. The way that these games are designed, they cannot take advice and learned lessons immediately to the next thing that happens. They have to... They come in time. Like, a lot of Fontaine and Natlan's issues realistically only are, and even prior to that, Sumeru and, like, Inazuma, are only properly being recognized and fixed now, I feel like. But it is working out. It is going well. We're having callbacks to old story bits. We're having reveals of lore. We're having extrapolations on known lore, but more on the forefront. We're having characters that have been built up for a long time finally appearing and fulfilling their roles and their expectations. We're having new characters that are still interesting nonetheless. We're having dynamics that are interesting that play on our expectations of what we originally thought the characters would be, both in the sense that some of them are exactly what we expected and others are completely different. It's so good. I absolutely agree with you on the Natlan thing. The war was the biggest highlight of the story for Natlan. The rest of it, though it had a certain triumphant feel to it, it really felt more of a, like, walking to the finish line with some major lore drops at the end, rather than the big climax, if that makes sense. And part of that was because of the whole voice acting issue, weakening certain aspects of it, but even then, it, like, the best part of Natlan very much was the lore, I'd say. Yeah. With that, though I easily, more than when I normally say this, could keep talking about how much I love the story right now, I'm going to cut myself off here because, as I have mentioned, it is past midnight for me. And though I was willing to power through however long it took to get through Act 3, within reason, I don't need to push myself if I've already done that. Oh yeah, no, I do not comprehend people who say Nod-Krai is a filler arc. Like, as I was saying during this act, this is the culmination of so much. This is the payoff. Nod-Krai, whether it was intended to be originally or not, is where the story is finally, like, reaching a turning point where things are happening, characters are coming back, fulfilling promises of their arcs and narratives, and it makes no sense to me. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. I won't ramble. As I said, tomorrow should be next stream. If for whatever reason it isn't, it'll be as soon as I can do it. Otherwise, next week should be just Pokemon Nuzlocke for Emerald. Getting back to that. and then the week after should be the fucking finale to Amphorius? I mean, hello? That's gonna be crazy. Anyway, speaking of which, just to mention off, like, just at the very end, what do you mean Dahlia Constance is the next character for Star Rail? That is insane! Anyways, I just had to say that somewhere. But yeah, with that, hope you all enjoyed. I know I did. Bye-bye.
Yeah.